What up, Dokkaners? Once again, happy holidays. I am making essentially the same video. I am covering the same information as we got earlier with the campaign details, but I'm adding a few more things. The main reason for this is because I want to simply put in your YouTube subfeed inbox, hey, do not spend your redstone right away. Because, in my opinion, it's better to just hold on to it until we get the full picture of what's going on the entire celebration. Once we approach the end window of that time frame that you can spend it, then I will make another video to remind you guys to actually use it. You don't have to listen to me. I do this simply because I think this is the best way to absolutely cover your bases. If there's a character that surprises us at the end, who suddenly now, you know, increases the value of a certain character that can only be obtained through the red stones, you have the option to pick it up instead of doing the whole impulse buy scenario. So we're making a video talking about that. We're also going to be talking about should you or should you not summon, and I'm going to just go over some additional information that I didn't cover in the previous video. So looking at the campaign details, we already know everything here. So just to quickly sum up, we're getting over 250 dragon stones during this entire part 1 of the campaign. I did the whole calculations in the previous video if you guys want to see that. Banner is dropping tonight. You guys, in my opinion, should not be summoning for this. We'll get back to that. Dokkan special day, free tickets. So you're going to be getting free tickets when the banner comes out, 14 tickets, and then you'll be able to get another 14 tickets when we get to Dokkan Special Day, which will be dropping in basically 2 days for global players. JP players, they'll be able to get it about a day and a half after the unit comes out. So it is weird, but again, there should be no temptation because this is an easy skip, in my opinion. I know some people really like androids. If you are one of those exceptions, you know, you do what you got to do. I'm speaking to the masses, those who are not entirely sure, those who want to get the most bang for their buck, that sort of thing. So that's going to be there. We got special missions. Whether or not you're going to be summoning or you get the character, you should still do this. You can get your extra medals. You can get your equips, get these as well. EX missions. This is where you can get the 14 free tickets to start just by clearing Seriously Serious just once. And looking here, complete the weekly missions to get countdown to the 11th anniversary secret treasure chest tickets. I'm wondering if this is for some sort of EX orbs, because this is definitely not the wallpaper ones. I was hoping we get a little bit more information on this global version. Okay. We got the Extreme Z Awakening support campaign. So this is one of the things that I didn't point out in the other video. They are giving us extra EZA medals for the Android 1718. This is not meant to replace the ones that you get for the Android 1718 EZA grind. It's stuff that you're getting extra on top of the fact. The reason that they're doing that is simply because they are wanting to give you more medals so that you can EZA other characters at the same time without having to go back in and tediously farm extra. That's something that we've had to do in the past. So this is a great update, but this also means that other characters are going to be getting EZAs, not just the 2 that we see here. So the very obvious point here is that this character, the Int Android 19 Dr. Giro, will be receiving an EZA because this unit Dokkan awakens using the same medals from the Tech Android 1718 event. So because of that, and because of the fact that Proton discovered that there's an EZA coming for the physical 16 and 18, then that means this character is also going to be receiving a sub EZA. This unit gets the Dokkan Awakening medals from the AGL Transforming Cell Golden Week unit from 2022. So if that unit's banner unit is getting a sub EZA, then the other character should also be getting a sub EZA, and that would be this guy. This one, yes. The physical Heartfire's Goku. It's not confirmed, but this is what we're thinking. And then on top of that, since the Trunks is also getting an EZA, because we see that a week later, Trunks is getting an EZA after this, this whole EZA support medal campaign could apply to that as well, which is what we're thinking, which is why the banner unit for that would be the AGL Super Saiyan Vegeta. So if all of this happens the way that a lot of us are hoping for, we could be looking at a massive overhaul for the Android Cell Saga category. And that was one of the things that I was talking about going into this celebration. While it's good to focus on lesser teams, you know, and build up those categories, it's not enough to just do so in one banner release with 2 characters, right? You want to be improving it with more characters. This would be a massive improvement, both for the super side and the extreme side, mostly the extreme side, the androids, because these 2 characters are among the best Android Cell Saga pieces that we had on release. So I would be very happy. In my opinion, if we got all of these EZAs, granted they have to be good, but I would consider this celebration to be a rousing success, just because A category that is nowhere near the top has been given some adequate support, and we're not even in part 2. That's what I like about lesser categories getting supports. So I really do hope that these EZAs are good, and I hope that we get all of them. So I talked about this in the pinned comment of my other video. My bad, I forgot to point it out in the actual video. Summon point banners are getting updated tonight. Now, again, these are for singles. You accumulate summon points, you use them to exchange for tickets. Those tickets give you singles. You're not guaranteed to get whatever you want, but it will include characters leading up all the way to the Tanabata celebration. So that includes GDC and Tanabata. So you do have a chance to get some of those newer characters if you skipped the Black Friday stuff and you don't want to wait all the way until the 11th anniversary, which isn't too far away. 11th anniversary, though, will not include the Frieza and the Broly. All right. Once again, reminder, in my opinion, you should not spend these red stones right away. I think you should hold off and spend these later on. I am posting this video before this even drops. So oftentimes I will post a video a few minutes into a celebration, and by then people have already spent these. This time I thought ahead. I made sure to drop this video before you even get these red stones. So by the time you get this, you will already know to not spend them right away. So please don't get mad at me if you still do it. That is your own fault, not mine. All right. I'm doing everything I can. I'm making a community post, an extra community post to remind people. I'm doing whatever I can. All right. Ultimate Clash, right? Story event, right? EZAs, right? World Tournament coming up. I didn't point this out before. We could be looking at a Jackie Moon EZA. Int LR Jackie Moon could be getting an EZA for this World Tournament. And he was actually one of the best World Tournament characters we got in terms of LRs. Because this guy came out 2023, started 2020. No, that was for global. When did he come out for JP? Yeah, November 2022, this guy came out. And look at what he does. It's actually pretty good. Raises defense for 1 turn, causes colossal. Raise attack for 1 turn, causes mega colossal. For every super attack, he gets more attack. For every attack received, he gets more defense. And then he gets 50% damage reduction when receiving an attack from the enemy that he's hit with a ultra super attack. Also, he provides 50% support to World Tournament. This is actually a pretty good unit when you consider the standard of quality for World Tournament characters. And this is without an EZA. So with an EZA, if that were to happen, this would be pretty busted. So we will see as we get closer. If a data download includes something with this guy, then we will know for sure. And then, of course, we'll talk about it then. So yeah. Seriously. Do this first before you summon for Android 16 so you can get those free tickets. We got Red Zone, right? We got Support Memory, right? ESBR, right? This doesn't tell new missions. Complete a this doesn't tell us explicitly how many missions we're getting, so I assumed it was 1 mission from each. We could get 2. If we get 2, that's good. Honestly, this is a pretty solid celebration. Like a good amount of content, a good amount of upgrades for characters for the category. So even if you don't have the new character, you can still hopefully run the category with that unit as a secondary lead, which, as you guys know, I will try to do that on the challenge events. No new units. When I say no new units, I've seen some people get confused over it. It's not when a character gets EZA'd at that same time, but it's an older character, I still consider that unit to be older. The no new units policy is based on the initial release of the character, not the EZA. So just want to point that out for the few people who are confused. All right. So that's it. Now, once again, let me review. Should you summon? I don't think you should be spending your stones. I think you should simply just do your free ticket summons. The reason for this is very simple. Whether or not the unit is good, I can promise you the 11th anniversary will be better. The 11th anniversary will set a new standard. We will enter a new era in terms of mechanics, in terms of difficulty. This is just the way Dokkan goes. Characters that will age better generally tend to be the anniversary GDC characters rather than monthly Dokkan Festival characters. That being said, double Android 16 teams look like they can be pretty solid. I haven't tested it out yet, but based on, just looking at the unit's abilities, floating defense, floating extra support all over the place does look pretty promising. But again, Androids, not top tier. Android Cell Saga, not top tier. Is it better to summon on that? Or is it better to save up and make sure to summon on something that we know will be transcendent? So I don't think you should summon. If you want to summon, by all means do it. We have 250 stones coming in during this. So if you are someone who is at a very comfortable stone count for what you are currently looking for the 11th anniversary, you could spend whatever, you know, with 250 stones coming in, you could spend maybe 200 of it if you really, really want to. I don't think you should, but you can. And just know that we've got a part 2, we've got a New Year's part 1, and then we've got a part 2 / countdown that happens afterwards, and then it's the 11th anniversary. All hands on deck. Y'all will be coming back, and we'll be entering hype once again. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like down below. Let in the comments your thoughts on this celebration overall. Will you be summoning? Are you going to be saving those red stones? One more thing. I forgot to point this out as well. Android 16 has a passive that some people were confused about on the global side. I wanted to point that out. Damn it, I forgot about this. So Android 16's Link Super Attack works when there's an Android 17 or an Android 18 attacking in the same turn. So Proton did the due diligence to point out all characters that apply to this. Any character that obviously has the name Android 17, 18, that's not a problem. Future is not a problem. I think the main concern for people was the tech Androids 17, 18, because this doesn't explicitly say Android 17. It says it has an S in there. So some people were concerned that this unit would not trigger the Link Super Attack. So I'm here to let you know it will. Rest assured, there's nothing to worry about. You will be able to trigger the passive, the Link Super Attack with that. Also, Hachan Android 17, also you're fine. Android 18 Link State, all of these guys are fine. So it has to do with a unique ID that these characters possess. In the past, some characters who were supposed to be part of these sorts of abilities, like Nail, for example, that was the most recent example that I could think of. Nail gets the extra buff or whatever when Piccolo is present. LR Tech Gohan Piccolo wasn't able to do that for him. So they changed it and they fixed his ID situation so that he could be identified as one of those candidates that would work with Nail's passive. Same goes for this. So nothing to worry about. All of these characters work, including Tech Android 17, 18. And yeah, now we're good. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like down below. Let in the comments if you are going to be saving those red stones for at least for right now. Let me know if you're going to be using those free tickets alone, or are you going to be spending some more after that on the Android 16 banner. Let me know how many stones you got. Anything else you want to talk about, feel free to do so in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more dope content in the future and click the notification bell so that you at least know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned. Happy holidays. And I was word to Dokkan responsibly.